What's going on, everybody? It's PapaStones coming back with another video. You know what time it is. It's Market Watch Wednesday, even though it's Thursday. Had a little situation going on. So I've been a little away for the past few days. But I'm back now, so let's jump right into this and see what we missed. Boxes at 104. That's perfectly fine. Buy them if you want, if you need to up your collection, but the singles from the set are cheap. These boxes still outrageous, feels bad. Poe Dameron, that's, oh, come on, I was going to say Poe's at 40 still. Kind of been sitting here for a while. Not too surprising. I don't think a lot of set 2 cards are going to go anywhere. Vader's okay. Dark Sabers, I want to say they've been around this price, 35-ish for a while. I know they were like 32 a week ago, but 35-ish, it's still not bad. I can't believe these are this high up in best selling. People really like those con exclusives, I guess. Couldn't be me, but you do you. I'm not going to tell you whether to buy them or not. Luke's being pretty high up. I think people are really jumping on the Han Blue list that has been floating around. These are now 40 again. I want to say they were like 35 a little bit ago. It's just 37, but they were realistically like 35 a little bit ago. Now they're on the rise again. I think people are jumping on that Han bandwagon. It's not a bad deck by any means. It's done well in events. However, I think it's easily countered if you know how to play around it, but that is just my personal opinion. Vigilance moving up. I'm not quite sure about why this one's so high up, or if it already was. It's a good card, right? Don't get me wrong, but I don't know why it's getting traction again. Still got Cunning. Boba Fett's are down pretty low, it appears. 45-ish now. That's crazy. I'm actually swapping my 2 Lukes for 2 Bobas, so it might be, in the long run, it might be a net negative, but who knows? It seems fine for now. Snoke's still rough, but might be worth picking up with new token stuff coming out. I don't know why Falcons are still so cheap, I guess. I feel like Falcons, like, one of the best reasons to play Yellow Heroism as a whole. So why is Falcon still only $30, to be honest? I think it's worth more. Maybe that's just me. Avenger, DJ, nothing too crazy so far. I mean, DJ's kind of hit a topping point here. They're definitely up a bit. You know, being $16 versus like the 8 or 9 on release, but it's kind of stabilized around there. What else do we got here? Maul being at $7 was kind of interesting too. K2 is also, I don't know if it's still here or back up here. The cheapest one you're going to get's $10. I want to say, it says price drop, but I feel like that's a lie. Yeah, like a month ago it was like 8. Sabine's obviously still running 3. That Han list is running 3. The card's too good, if you ask me. Just the flexibility of it, a 4/4 with Overwhelm. It's got, you know, discarding for Han or damage for Sabine. Like, I'm surprised, honestly, that I'm not, I guess. K2, I feel like it's just a rare, so it'll probably stay there, but it is definitely probably worth its price, I would say. There ain't no way someone's selling this for $5. Okay. Sorry, I had to click. I was like, that's trippy, but Devastator, I think, is up a little bit. A lot of people are playing this as top end now. Yeah, they're definitely up a little bit. Not a ton, you know, a couple bucks, but it's starting to become more prevalent as a top end, whereas like set 1 it didn't feel as great. Yeah, who knows? The Sentinel in it's really nice. Moving on though, you got Kylo. Red Villain, still not doing a whole lot, sadly. Maybe, it's a great ECL target for green red ramp, but other than that sole purpose, I feel like the card is not great. Aggressions are still, I think these are back down. They were up sort of high recently. Maybe I'm tripping. Saying like 25-ish. Yeah, this was a few days ago. It was saying they were like 25. They're back down to 20. Mono red's not doing anything too crazy right now. Tech's up to $4. I think it'll event 5-ish realistically with shipping and all these. I was about to say I think this will be the highest cost rare in the set over Wrecker and Maul, just because of how good of a card it is. I've seen even control decks in like Villainy splash this in just to have options late game. Like it basically turns everything on. So if you don't already have your techs, you should get them. I don't think they'll go up too much more than that, to be honest, but I could be wrong. Moving on though, you got Hotshot DLs still sitting where it's been. Dryden Voss, $8. The fact that barrages are this expensive for an uncommon, I think I was gonna say the dollar seems, it's more like $2 for one. It's crazy. Just set one's shortage and great card, obviously. Hey, Fallen Lightsaber's finally taking a dip. It's off that $10 high. They're more like $5 now. This doesn't surprise me at all. I think that card is at best, $5, I would say. It's still not really doing anything either, so why it was up there in the first place, I don't know, but beggars can't be choosers, right? Green Han's kind of fallen off, sadly, and he was like the ultimate abuser of U-Wing. So U-Wing's kind of dirt right now. I'm hoping, I think honestly, I could be tripping, but we're talking about next set, right? I think if you are playing something that is heroism and coordinate requires 3 units style of thing, right? U-Wing could just be a 7 cost, get your coordinates online kind of deal, right? I think U-Wing gets more value next set. That could be, irrelevant if coordinate doesn't do anything substantial, right? But if it does, like if it becomes semi-meta in like a heroism style with green, I think U-Wing goes back up to being a $10 rare. I mean, if they're selling for $5 and you're buying locally, you could honestly probably buy them for like $3, right? Which is kind of crazy. So I don't know. If you don't have U-Wings, I'd probably pick up a set just as a possibility, right? And I mean, worst case, you wasted $10-15 if you buy on TCG, I guess. But $10-15 realistically for a possibility for a super playable next set. And it's already a good card if, Green Heroism starts picking back up, but excuse me. I don't know if I'm okay. There's 2 listings for just this Vader alone at $550 and $605. Please do not. You could buy the whole con pack for that. Like, that's crazy. Moving on here, though. What else do we got? Mace win. I'm wondering if these went up with that Han list floating around. Who knows for sure, but I'll have to see when we get to like the champion ones, I think. So, excuse me. I know their price is a little bit better. Traitorous still at $5 for 6-ish. Price drop my ass. You're lying. I was about to say, like a week ago, I'm wondering why Traitors is back up on the rise right now. It's a good card, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of random. I haven't seen a lot of Traitors floating around. Evacuates for $4. Same concept as the U-Wings. If you can pick up Evacuates for super dirt like this, you might as well. Because in the same example I gave, say Coordinate Turbo becomes the play, right? They U-Wing, get all these dudes, you evacuate, give them back all their dudes. It's not great. Or like, especially things that are going to generate tokens. That could answer that. You're not going to get the tokens back to your hands. Evacuate's got promise for next set, but currently it is buns. So, moving on though. Hyperspace Tech and DJ cost the same amount of money, which is bizarre. Not going to go into that, but just kind of ironic, I think. Excuse me. Phase 3 Dark Trooper from the weekly play at 354-ish. Well, it's a good card, don't get me wrong. It's just a straight up cell block replacement in green. So, can't say I'm too surprised, but oh well. Moving on though. Roll with Respect is $3 at best. Feels bad if you ever open that bad boy. Same with Endless Legions, right? But that's kind of the risk reward you get when you crack boxes. But I can't say I would sell these because it's like, do you really care about $3? You realistically might as well hold them and hope for the best. Maybe next set we can get some more ramp for green and Endless Legions comes nuts, right? Like, wishful thinking, but the possibility's there, I guess. What else do we got here? Redemption, part of the package. Seven Sisters are way down. I was about to say, this card sat at 5 for a long time. Now they're down to like $1 and some change plus shipping. Well, $3 realistically. It's just not seeing the play it needs to maintain that value. I'm wondering if that's what happened probably with Fallen Lightsaber as well, realistically. You can't keep something at a high value versus not if you aren't seeing any results. Mace Windu, here we go. Yeah, these are up a bit. I mean, obviously not a lot, and it doesn't look crazy. But, yeah, this is saying they're 75, but near mint, you got 120-ish. Like I said, I think people are picking up that Han list. Can't say I blame them. It's a fun list. I definitely enjoy playing it, but I don't think I'm going to play it as, like, my go-to competitive deck by any means, but that's just me, you know? Could also be why Chewbacca's here. What else do we got? Not a whole lot of crazy stuff. Basically just hyperspace meta cards, right? Long Pike, Lurking Tie, Red 3, Hotshot DL. I'm wondering why, I mean, it's only $1, right? But what's Embrace Flamethrower being used in currently is my question. Why is it on page 6 of things people want? Other than that, really, we're kind of in like the playables but cheaps. These are so inexpensive now. Still gathering price. I was going to say these were crazy expensive when they first dropped. Then I feel like they dropped so many of them and they just immediately lost all their value. Which is a shame, you know, because I got one for winning a pre-release event. But it's just kind of a collectible at this point, right? And I'm not going to sell it for $3. So, what else do we have here? anything of note. I think Wolf is gonna start going back into the side deck because I saw a lot of Sabine lists that dropped it, but then they're all saying also that if they top target or client or whatever, the matchup feels unwinnable from that point into like control, right? And that answers your problem right there. So I think Wolf probably comes back into the side deck for Sabine players, so I could see this going back up a little bit. Maybe nothing crazy, but I think it's worthwhile of a card. Especially like if the sets continue how they've been. Like set 1 we had some healing, set 2 we have a lot of healing. If set 3 we get even more healing for the blue color, like you are gonna need these if you're an aggro player. So definitely grab them if you don't already have them. Moving on though. Kind of in the hyperspace extra territory, you know, for the people who want to ball out. Can't say I blame you. I like the flex, but I personally don't always do it. Weekly plays, random nonsense. Shout out to Tarful, the homeboy who comes in and says something about it. Can't remember your name, sorry, but in the YouTube comments, 2 weeks in a row was dropping Tarful, so I gotta give him a shout out. Let's go Tarful. You never know, hopefully it gets some love. Wookiee support, this card goes nuts. The option's there, right? Got bombing runs for $1. Judge takedown foil. Those takedowns are so inexpensive now. The Store Showdown ones, not the Judge ones in particular, but I'm pretty sure they're cheaper listed on here than the just regular one from the set, which is kind of mind-blowing. I might look it up to see, but yeah, because we're kind of in no man's land from here. Let's see. Yeah, you got 83 cents or 35 cents. So here's the regular card. You spend $2 according to that, $2.10. If you want this one, I guess you spend an extra 40 cents for this event exclusive version of it. But oh well, right? That's realistically probably all that I've got. Nothing too crazy, but I recently picked up one of these bad boys. I got it for a pretty good price, so I wasn't planning on buying it, but like I said, I got it at a good deal. So, yeah. Oh well, alright. That's it for me, though. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. Comment and let me know what you think, what you're buying, what you're selling, whatever you want, really. I'd appreciate any feedback, all the fun stuff. And so that's it for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.